Can you fail your driving test for being too cautious? We'll find out. I'm Omid, the founder of Image Driving School in Brisbane. So this student had his driving test not long ago at Greenslopes Driving Test Centre here in Brisbane. And in order for you to understand what kind of traffic situations the examiner took the student at and how he marked his test report sheet, we have reconstructed his driving test. The student was a mature person in his 40s, holding a full driver license from overseas with quite a few years of driving experience, both in overseas and in Australia. Sit back, relax, and let's analyze this driving test and learn from it. The examiner takes the student to a residential area where there are no line markings on the road, and the student drives about here. 1/3 of his vehicle is on the wrong side of the road. Where do we need to drive in residential areas with roads with no line markings? We need to drive here on the left side of the road. So the examiner gives him one minor mark for road positioning. At an intersection approaching a stop sign, the examiner asks the student to turn left. He puts the left indicator on, he stops for the stop sign, great, but he positions the car straight and turns left. And he gets the second minor mark for road positioning for bad left turn. At another T intersection, he wants to turn left and he has to give way to the cars on the main road, so he puts the left indicator on, he slows down and he turns, but he positions the car straight. And he gets another mark for left turn position. 3 minor marks so far. The examiner takes him to a give way sign and asks him to turn left. He slows down, he puts the left indicator on and he positions the car straight when turning left. And he gets another minor mark for bad left turn, for positioning the car straight. You may wonder what's the correct position then if you want to turn left. With every left turn, we need to follow the curb and position the car as close and as safe as possible to the left corner, just like this. In another situation, the examiner asks the student to turn right, facing a stop sign. He stops, puts the right indicator on, great, but he goes straight to the middle of the intersection and then starts turning, what I call a 90-degree turn. And he gets 1 mark down for that as well. For right turn position after. He did that in 2 occasions, so he got 2 minor marks for bad right turn. The proper way to turn right, coming from the side road to the main road, is to move the car and at the same time start turning the wheel and go for the left side of the road, just like this. The test goes on and the examiner takes the student to a roundabout and asks him to go straight through the roundabout. The student doesn't indicate to enter the roundabout, great. He has to indicate left to exit, but he doesn't do that, and he gets 1 minor mark for not indicating. Then they go to an intersection with a give way sign and the road is absolutely clear, but the student stops behind the give way line and then starts driving again. He gets 1 minor mark for stopping unnecessarily at the give way sign when the road is clear. So the student has 8 minor marks so far, 8 non-critical driving errors. This is the maximum number of the minor marks that you can get on a driving test in Queensland. 9 or more minor marks or non-critical driving errors results in the test failure. Then they go to a T intersection with a give way sign and the examiner asks the student to turn right. As we can see, the road is clear. The student stops and then turns right. Again, stopping unnecessarily at a give way sign when the road is clear, being too cautious. This student gets another mark for bad judgment for stopping unnecessarily at a give way sign And this is already a fail for this student at this point, as he got 9 minor marks. When you fail your test with non-critical driving errors, the test is not going to be terminated. You can still finish your test, but the result is a fail. The examiner then takes the student to an end of a T intersection and asks him to turn left. There are no cars around, but the student stops again, and that's another minor mark for bad judgment. Ten minor marks so far. So what do we need to do at the give way sign then? The give way sign rule is to just slow down, check the road, and if the road is clear, just keep going to the same direction that you wanted to go. If there are no cars around, you shouldn't stop. The examiner takes this student to 2 roundabouts during his driving test, and this time he asks the student to turn right at the roundabout. There are no cars on the roundabout to give way to, but the student stops unnecessarily and then goes through the roundabout, stopping unnecessarily when there are no cars around. So getting another minor mark for bad judgment. So as you notice, this student was overly cautious, and being too cautious is due to a few reasons. First, being unsure of the meaning of some traffic signs and not knowing about the traffic rules. Far too many students go for the driving test when they are still not 100% sure of the meaning of a lot of traffic signs, or they are not quite sure how to deal with certain traffic situations. The solution: before you go for a driving test, make sure you get help from your supervisor, mom, dad, friends, or whoever it might be. Watch online videos and take some driving lessons. Second, trying to please the examiners. Some people think that if they show the examiners that they are overcautious drivers, the examiners are going to like them and pass them. Wrong. You need to show the examiners that you know the traffic rules and that you are a confident driver. And the third reason, being too nervous. Almost everybody gets nervous for the driving test. You just need to learn how to control your nerves, and there are a lot of ways to do that. I will go through them, but that's a topic for another video. And the fourth reason is lack of confidence. Lack of confidence is usually because of two things: not knowing the traffic rules, and I mentioned earlier what the solution to that problem is. Not having enough driving experience. The solution: get as much experience as possible and go to different traffic situations as many times as you can. In case you would like to have a copy of this driving test report sheet, you can download it by the link in the description of this video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, subscribe to this channel, press the bell icon, and select all to receive notifications for any new videos as soon as they come out. Also, if you like to be surrounded by a supportive community of learners from all over Australia, feel free to join our private Facebook group, Driving Test Support Australia, where you can ask your questions in a judgment-free zone. There is a link to that group in the video description below.